Konbanwa. Hello, everyone, and welcome to day two of action. Just had an earthquake. Literally, if I'd been recording this like 10 minutes before now, the earthquake would have happened while I was on camera. Um, you know, you look it up real quick, you make sure that maybe something bigger isn't coming next. It was located out in the ocean. By the time it got to me, it was very slow and kind of spongy, but it did last a while. Usually earthquakes are over in 10, 15 seconds. This one lasted kind of like a whole minute. Uh, but I'm used to them. Been living here for 20 years. Lived in California before that. I'm used to earthquakes. It doesn't freak me out or anything, but this one did last a while. But yeah, pretty low intensity. I think they said it was a two or a three on the scale, so not a big deal. But anyway, how's your Monday going? My home state of California is obviously in Los Angeles is experiencing all kinds of dire environmental things at the moment. I do have some friends in areas that could be affected. So I've been in touch with some of them, and everybody's safe right now. Of course, my main family members are down in San Diego, and it hasn't gotten down there yet, so that's fine. But yeah, it's bad. So my thoughts go out to those people. Um, but turning from that, let's talk about sumo. So I'm gonna share my screen, just jump right into it. It is 9:40 p.m. in Japan right now on Monday the 13th. And so in about 20 minutes, basically when I finish this video, I will go and click on the contest and turn it off for new entries. So hopefully you've been in there because by the time you see this, it gets posted and everything. The contest will be closed. You can't edit, change. If somebody drops out of the tournament. It is what it is. If you had Hokuto Fuji Oroga, I hope you saw this or saw yesterday's message. And well, seeing this won't help, but we're able to go in and change your entry so you pick somebody new for your team. And we did have a big surge after I mentioned it yesterday. I think we added about 150 people, which is pretty typical on day one. Everybody like goes, "Oh yeah, it's sumo's happening again," and then they kind of remember to go do it. Okay, so let's jump in. Share. All right. So today was, as I mentioned, was a holiday. So I was home all day, and so over on Patreon, lots of videos in the days 1 through 5 collection here. I think I put up 9 videos, and some of them were double headers. Teruno Fuji's match, all three Ozeki matches, Hoshoru, Onosato, and Kotozakura. Had the Sekewake matches as a doubleheader, the Ura and the Oho matches, or Wakatake Kage since he's the Komusubi. That was a doubleheader. And then I had some Juryo action. Oh no, I had two first half matches as well. Tamawashi and Takeda Fuji matches because I was home all day. And so it was nice. Put up the Shishi match and a couple other Juryo matches with Ao Nishiki and Ryuden in them. So yeah, 9 total videos today over on Patreon. So if you're interested in seeing all this coverage, head on over. It's $1 a month, or you can even now pay for the whole year and you get a 10% discount. So not too terrible. If you think of it as 1 month has sumo, 1 month doesn't, you're paying $2 a basho. But you're getting quite a few videos for that, I feel. Okay, so over in the contest, like I said, I'm going to close it off. A lot of people picking Hoshoryu. You know, still 74 of you, 10% picked Teruno Fuji. You have some confidence in the Yokozuna. Then overwhelming favorite here is Wakatake Kage. Wakamoto Haru probably second. Then here we've got Kirishima in the M1 through M4, Atami Fuji, Oho, and Takanosho are the four top favorites there. In this grouping, Hirada Umi, Takayasu, Ichi Yamamoto, and Chiyoshoma, big favorites. Matake Umi and Takara Fuji, very close. Roga, still 16 people. I feel bad. Big favorite Takeru Fuji here, overwhelming. Tamawashi, Midori Fuji. Now, you're not saying that he's gonna win the U show or anything. All you're saying is he's gonna get a lot of wins. You want him on your team because you think he's gonna get wins. So, uh, Hakuoho, who has started well, the overwhelming favorite in the bottom part, and Hokuto Fuji is in here, and we got 23 people that have Hokuto Fuji on their team. So, that's unfortunate. All right, Kimbozan, another favorite down here. Shimano Umi, Shonana Umi, Gomen, different wrestler. Uh, and so there you go. Contest. All right. So we can jump to the home page. This graphic doesn't change for the entire show. So we jump in. Nobody else pulled out absent today, so that's good. Um, we might have some people in other divisions, like here's some day three people in lower divisions. But in the top division, top two divisions, everybody's still fighting, and that's good. All right, we'll jump in. We'll look at Juryo first, as we usually do. So they do have a guy coming up from Makushita to fight. Kaze Keno, he got a win over Nabatame. Nabatame, is he making his debut? No, he's been Juryo back in July. Oh, and in November. Okay. So he hung on in November with a 7-8, and they let him stay. Losing record at the very bottom of the rung, but they just maybe moved him, or they just let him hang on. But yeah, not starting well here. Two losses to start his January tournament, so we got to hope he turns things around. Who else is in his stable? It's Miyabiyama, the former Ozeki, is his Oyakata. Oh, Roga. Okay, so he's in the Roga stable. All right. What else we got for Juryo? Ah, so Waka Ikari. I got to learn how to say his name. I always want to say it slightly different. Started off with two wins, so that's great. He was Juryo 13. He got a 7-8, but they let him stay at Juryo 13. Uh, so it's not his debut, but he's still kind of new to the second tier division. But he's starting much stronger this tournament. He had basically five losses in a row when he started in November because this was a free win when this guy pulled out of the tournament. So he was basically 1-5, and then he pulled off five wins in a row. So that's kind of interesting that he kind of runs hot and cold like that, perhaps. But he's still getting used to the top division. He's a super young guy, born in 2005, so he's gonna turn 20 in about a month. So he's 19 right now, and he is from Isenoumi stable, which I'm not too familiar with. Do they have any top tier guys? Oh, they have Nishikigi. Okay, so he wrestles out of the same stable as Nishikigi. All right, let's go back to Juryo one more time. So as we go, a couple got 2-0 people are popping up here and there. Um, Aonishiki did not get a second win today. He lost to Tomokaze. Shirokuma, the white bear, did get a win over Ryuden. Shishi is 2-0. He got another win today over Tsurugisho. And Juryo won. Kaio lost to Juryo 2, Asakoryu. And the other Juryo 1 and Juryo 2 are both 1-1. Excuse me. So, if Shishi has a good tournament at J4, he could pop back up into the top division for the March tournament. Ryuden's, of course, hoping to do that. Aonishiki's hoping to make his first leap up there. So we'll just have to see. Asakoru came down. He was in Makuuchi last tournament, so he's hoping to bounce back. So we'll keep an eye on Juryo as we go along. But let's jump into the top division, the Makuuchi division. Uh, 20 matches because we just lost those two guys. So Nishiki Fuji started us off with a win over Tamashoho. Hakuoho beat Toki Hayate. He's 2-0. Kitanowaka beat Kageyaki. Kimbozan is 2-0 after beating Shonana Umi. Koto Shoho got his first win beating Onokatsu. Nishikigi beat Midori Fuji. Takeru Fuji 2-0 by beating Meisei. Tamawashi also a win by beating Chirana Umi. Oshoma went to 1-1 by beating Takara Fuji. Takayasu got his first win of the tournament beating Endo. Some chat online on my Twitter. Uh, is this going to be maybe the last year for Takayasu? Is he getting close to retirement? Um, we'll keep an eye on it. So 90, so he's 30. He's not even that old. He's 30. In February, he'll turn 35, right? So, he's at the end of 34 right now. I mean, that's up there, but it just depends. We'll see. Uh, if he can get his Kachikoshi, for instance, this tournament, we'll see how he goes. Ichi Yamamoto got a second win over Matakayumi. Shodai, the former Ozeki, is winless. He lost to Hirada Umi today. Ura fought an interesting match against Chiyoshoma, but Chiyoshoma had this really nice Uwate Nage move to win. Oho, who is the Komusubi killer this tournament, he beat Abi yesterday. Today he takes down Wakatakakage. Got to get that right. So he is now 1-1, but Oho really looking good at 2-0. Gonoyama was able to beat Sekewake Wakamoto Haru. But the other Sekewake Daisho won to go to 2-0. He beat Atami Fuji. Abi, in what has got to be considered an upset, beat Kotozakura to give him his first loss. And, when you're an Ozeki, especially one, maybe really hoping you'll win the Yusho, you don't want to drop matches in the first week. Your second week is going to be tough. But Abi just had his number today and did Abi Sumo, with the straight out arms, extended thrusting, and Kotozakura had no response. Onosato got his first win by beating Kirishima, who's now 0-2 at M1. We were talking today in the Patreon video about what a difference a year makes. Kirishima, of course, in January of 2024, 1 year ago, was an Ozeki, and he was on a rope run. He was considered in line to possibly get promoted to Yokozuna if he could win the January Basho. And if you're newer to sumo, maybe you don't know what happened to our boy from Mongolia, but we need to see more here. So he wins the Makuuchi Division Championship with a nice 13-2 in November. If he wins again, he's an Ozeki in January. He gets to get promoted to Yokozuna. He drops a match on day 4, drops another one on day 8, and then finishes the tournament. Terunofuji was there, finished the tournament with 2 losses on the final 2 days, finishes 11-4. That's not terrible, but obviously disappointing because, he was supposed to, uh, potentially become a Yokozuna. So then he comes back in March and things are not going well, obviously physically, and he goes 5-10. So he's Kadoban. And then in May, he can't compete at all practically. He gets 1 win before he pulls out on day 7. So now he's going to get demoted out of Ozeki, goes down to Sekewake. He needs 10 wins, not 8. 10 to automatically bounce back to Ozeki. He can only get 8. So he stays at Sekewake. Then he kind of bounces back in September with a 12-3, but then he has this terrible 6-9 in November, and now he's out into the rank and file at Maegashira. So just an incredible year of tumult for our boy Kirishima. And if you're hoping he's going to make it back to Ozeki, this tournament is starting out rough for him. But, we'll see. There's lots of sumo left to go. Okay, and then Hoshoru got a win over Tobizaru, and he is the only top-ranked guy above Sekewake, meaning an Ozeki or Yokozuna, who is undefeated. And Daisho is the only other Sanyaku-ranked wrestler who's undefeated. And of course, Terunofuji bounces back today. He he's not undefeated, but at least he went to 1-1 by beating Takanosho. Wasn't a convincing win, but a win's a win. So we'll keep an eye on that. And Onosato's 1-1, Kotozakura's 1-1, Terunofuji's 1-1. So we actually even just after 2 days, we do have a bunch of guys here that are undefeated. Hakuoho, Kimbozan, Takeda Fuji, Tamawashi, Ichi Yamamoto, Chiyoshima, Oho, Daisho, and Hoshoru. Those are what about the 9 guys or so that are undefeated. So that's the leaderboard for now, and it will just kind of grow smaller and smaller each day as these guys invariably get their first loss, and a couple of them will go on a streak and maybe end up 6-0, 7-0, maybe even get their Kachikoshi on day 8, and that's the tiebreaker. We'll see who gets their Kachikoshi first. But there you go. It's all rank and file guys, other than one Sekewake and one Ozeki. Down in Juryo, we also have, what's this, 7 guys undefeated. Shishi's among them, Asakoryu. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then, these lists are just enormous right now. Okay. And let's look at day 3 and see who's fighting tomorrow. I'm actually taking some time off work tomorrow and we'll be home for sumo. So I'm going to have very full coverage again over on Patreon. And the Sumo Summary Show should be no problem tomorrow night. Then I have to go back to work regular on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But yeah, it's nice that I can take one extra day off tomorrow. Okay, day 3. We'll start down in Juryo. See if there's any big matchups that jump out at me. They're already obviously going to have some matchups like this. Oshomi versus Hakuyozan, where both are 2-0. So one of those guys will get his first loss of the tournament. Um, and Shishi's got Ryuden. Juryo 1 Kaio's got Shiden. Sadanumi Asakoryu. And the White Bear has Tsurugisho. Aonishiki has Hideno Umi. All right. And then we jump up to the top division, Makuuchi division. Nishiki Fuji has Kageyaki. Let's see if there's anything. 2-0 Kimbozan against Kitsunowaka. 2-0 Haku Oho against Koto Shoho. Takeru Fuji, who's 2-0, has Onokatsu. Tamawashi 2-0 has Midori Fuji. Takada Fuji fights Endo. They're both 0-2, so one of them will get their first win. 2-0 versus 2-0 clash there. Chiyoshima versus Ichi Yamamoto. Ura has Gonoyama, and then we're into the Sanyaku. Komusubi Abi has Atami Fuji. Sekewake Daisho has Shodai. Wakamoto Haru, the other Sekewake, has Oho. Better watch out. I think Oho's been very, very good these first 2 days. Hoshoru starts our Ozeki action against Wakataka Kage. That should be a fun match. Tobizaru takes on Kotozakura. Onosato fights Takanosho. And the final match of the day, normally this would be quite an anticipated matchup, but we'll see how it pans out tomorrow. Terunofuji versus Kirishima in the Musubi no Ichiban for day 3. So Kirishima trying to get his first win of the Basho, and if he does win, this is what's called a Kimboshi, a gold star victory, because he is ranked in the Maegashira ranks. So he gets a bonus, a monetary bonus, and it goes on his sort of sumo record that he beat the Yokozuna when he wasn't ranked above Komusubi. Okay. Mm, I think that's about it. Short and sweet today, I think, guys. Again, the contest is now closed, so congratulations if you got in there, and good luck to everybody that did enter. I'll probably start posting the results page. I'll probably wait one more day, start posting it on day 4, just to make sure there's nothing weird, nothing glitchy about it. Um, and so you can start checking where you are against everybody else. I need to write down my team. I can't remember who's on my team, so I can let you guys know how I'm doing. And yeah, like I said, tomorrow should be fairly full coverage for me on day 3, and then back to work on day 4. I'm really excited about the new sumo cards. I posted the list of potential autographs. Let me see if I have that. No, I don't. I thought I screenshot it. No, I didn't. Okay. Um, but yeah, some fun autographs that are up for grabs in that set. So I should get my boxes. They go on sale on the 17th, which is Friday. So I should get my boxes hopefully Friday or Saturday because I pre-ordered three boxes from a Japanese retailer, of course. And yeah, I'm looking forward to opening those. Probably I'll do the Sumo Summary Show on the 18th at night on that Saturday live because I want to pull the random numbers for the t-shirt giveaway and the old calendar giveaway. And so maybe I'll do the Sumo Summary Show, have people in the audience that we can chat. You can ask questions kind of mid-bus show, and I'll pull numbers to give away those two prizes. Okay, I think that'll do it for me. Yeah, can't think of anything else. You guys have a great rest of your Monday whenever you're seeing this, and I will see you for day 3 tomorrow. Okay, take care. Peace.